Do you see a perception in Pueblo that now that we have something that's legal and regulated by the state, that kids have a perception that it isn't harmful?
Oh yeah, people tell me all the time that it's not harmful. That's pretty much a daily conversation. So just the last shift that I worked, I see it almost every day. There was, and by kid, I'm going to range kid from age 15 to like 25. That's
right.
Probably the most common age range as I see it. They'll use it 5-6 times a day, every single day. They're smoking weed, and will tell me there's no problem with that. It's never hurt me. It doesn't cause any problems. I feel fine. They also tell me in the same breath when we talk about, whether it's addictive. I'm not addicted to it. I just don't feel good unless I smoke it. No, they'll tell you it's safer than cigarettes. It's safer than alcohol, and that's been always what's been advertised to them. Is this is safer than anything else out there, and it will just make you feel good. There's no adverse effects from it.
Right.
I have actually a colleague of mine who says that what he tells all of his patients is that cigarettes can give you lung cancer. We know those damage your lungs. We know that alcohol damages your liver. Marijuana damages your brain. And so if you want to make it simple, all of that's basically the difference. Sure, marijuana is probably not likely to damage your liver, and although it probably is likely to damage your lungs, at least so far as we have now, there's no evidence it causes lung cancer. What we do have very excellent evidence for is that it damages your brain. So if Colorado really wants to be the leader, which is what they've tried to be, is we want to be the leader on the way we should operate with marijuana. What my recommendation would be, it needs to be a Class 2 schedule through the DEA, and all of Colorado's push should be at a national level to push this to be a Class 2 drug. And what I mean by that is, no longer does this go through a random shop on the corner with an untrained employee giving medical advice. This needs to go through a pharmacy. This needs to be studied. There needs to be actual dosing recommendations, a frequency of use, and this needs to be, if we're going to use it as a medication, which is what the argument usually surrounds, then it needs to be a medication that we use like any other medication that we use. It goes through a pharmacy, it goes through somebody who's got education and training, and somebody who's going to explain the adverse effects and furthermore be responsible for those adverse effects. Beyond that, I would say that any of this tax money that we've started to collect needs to go into some sort of treatment and to fix a lot of the issues that have come up. And instead of pandering to the marijuana people and marijuana advocates that there's no adverse effects, we need to be realistic and actually talking about the adverse effects so that we can effectively treat them.